Here's something else we can see in the meantime. A rare Civil War era photograph of slaves owned by General Robert E. Lee. Well, it's now being preserved by the National Park Service at Lee's Arlington house.
And as Mike Canine reports today, it was recently discovered thanks to the keen eye of a local volunteer.
Photographs of slaves from the Civil War era are very rare, but incredibly, a second photo of this woman, Selena Gray, was recently discovered by a National Park Service volunteer, up for auction on eBay for just $20. On the back, a handwritten inscription reads, General Lee's Slaves, Arlington, VA. Sold for $700, the photo was later donated to the Arlington House. On Saturday, it will be on public display here for the first time.
And the two children in the period stereo view are undoubtedly her children.
Selena Gray was not the typical slave. She was the trusted head housekeeper for General Robert E. Lee and his wife Mary Custis Lee, the great-granddaughter of Martha and George Washington.
Not only was this woman a slave who they allowed to get married, which was illegal at the time, they also let her get married in their home, in the parlor where they got married.
After studying the photograph, National Park Rangers believe it was taken directly behind me, next to the slave quarters on General Lee's Arlington estate. That's where Selena Gray lived with her family 150 years ago.
What I find so fascinating is how well dressed Selena and her daughters are in this photo.
During the Civil War, as the Union Army advanced, the Lee family fled, and Gray was left the keys to the property. Today, historians credit her with saving the home.
Selena was an incredibly courageous woman. She stood up to Union generals to say, save this place, save these priceless heirlooms from President George Washington that were here in the home of what was then a Confederate general.
And even though she's enslaved, she's going to stand up and is actually going to come out and want to protect those things. That's amazing.
In Arlington, Mike Canine, ABC 7 News.